Okay, so I wasn't going to film this part, but it's kind of interesting, so I'm going to go ahead and do it because we're going to be working on the parking brake. Right off the bat, getting this mounting bracket for that parking brake off was not fun. I mean, there's no room right here to get a like a socket and a good ratchet on there, so you have to use a 1/4 inch after you break it loose with a 3/8 breaker bar. And this one you can't get any socket on because you're going to end up hitting the housing. If I would have known that, I would have taken all this off and done all this when the housing was off to be sealed. But it's just 3 bolts. The cable, pop it off. But here's what we're working with. So, as you may or may not know, this is the parking brake. And yes, I know it's completely worn. The cable's fully adjusted, and apparently the guy before us knew about the little shim trick you can do. But I'm going to try to capitalize on that because, I mean, our brake pads are kind of shot, but my brother-in-law, he's getting some. I mean, he's getting some, but we just want to get it ready for this ride this weekend. So after you disassemble it and everything, you have this piece here, you know, and that just sits on there. And then what you do is you have the factory shim or washer that just goes on it like that. And then that leaves some room up here to space it out, and that's going to make the brake pads sit closer together. So he already went out, I guess the guy before him went out and got these shims like this. So this thing's pretty much maxed out as much as it can go. But I'd like to shim it out that much more on top of those, on top of that. So I was looking at it, and I think that this thing right here is just a dowel pin. That's all it looks like. It's just a split pin. So I'm going to try to put it in the vise and try to press this out this way, going out this way, about 1/8 of an inch more. And then that should leave plenty of room for the washers to go through, and then this pin is going to sit on that hole right there. So, and then when you do have this installed, I mean, that's your space behind it on that one right there. So I got some room to come out and still be sturdy. So that's what we're gonna work on right now. So here's the setup that I have. Just a washer to allow the pin to roll through. I did have to kind of go in and you see that gap right there? I had to kind of pinch in on that a little bit. Let's see if you can see right when I start going in. Actually, I gotta see how much. The whole thing is actually moving right now. But I think that's good for there. So we are going to now back it off. Let's see what our gap looks like. Because this has to sit into there. So you put some tension on that, flip it over. And now there's our difference. And I'm gonna call that good. I got a pretty good amount pass through. So that still should stay in the bracket just fine, and plus it's bolted down in like 2 or 3 spots. So now though, it's kind of an after. You have the factory washer here. Put that on there. Then we got his 3 shims that he had. And actually I just grabbed mine too outside there. So this is all the shims put together. And there's still plenty room left up top for the brake pad to sit on and align in there. So that's kind of the quick little fix, because then it also, as you may or may not know, when you turn this, that is what pushes your brake pad up. But of course everything's got to be bolted down. So I'm going to go ahead and bolt this all together, and we'll see if it actually makes a difference in the bike. And like I said, I know that these brake pads are very worn down. I mean, but like I said, also he just needs it for the weekend, and this is also a good trial and error. So because I know the new brake pads are like, was it a 1/2 inch thick or something like that? So, but we will be getting new ones. So then now that you have your everything on, you're just going to take your brake pad, flip it upside down, put it in there, line that part up. I really, like I said, since I know I'm going to be getting back into this soon, I'm not going to worry about cleaning it too much. Take that, you take your dowel pins, put those in there. You take your washers, then you take your new or not your new, but your pad on the outside. Down there, put your bolts through. And tighten them up. Same on this side. It's can only go on so tight because of the collar in there. It's going to get maxed out anyways. But at least this will have... Just hold it down there because there are ball bearings in there that you do not want to fall out on the lever there. So get those tight. I'm just going to hand tight all this stuff and I'll take it back apart. But I'm get... Oh, which way does it go? Like that. And then with this being on the bike, this is how it sits into there, being on the left passenger side to the right. You're going to take this, and the way they have it is with the bolt going through this way, but the transmission's right here, so you can't back this bolt out unless you take this whole bracket off. But I think if you just undo, if you're going from this side, you can undo the nut and pull this out just enough to be able to then pull off this whole assembly right here. So I'm going to try doing that and get back with you on how easy or how well that actually did turn out. I don't know if any of this is new or if anyone even still has a 2010 Ranger, but it still should work. I mean, Rangers, all the 800s are pretty much the same. I know there's a park and brake on the 500s and all those, so it's probably going to be the same. There you go. Now you're just ready to put that back on with it all shimmed out right there. Like I said, I was about to take this back apart, but I wanted to mention that I did get a new computer and software, or editing software. So I'm definitely going to be trying to improve some of my videos as far as, like even in this video, it's going to be a little bit of a like fast forward parts and kind of got a little junky intro going on, but I plan on improving all of that. And so just give me some ideas, maybe music, I don't know. Music is kind of a, you know, I ride with music all the time, but putting them in videos and stuff, I want you guys to feel like you're in the shop here with me and part of it. So if you guys got any suggestions or what you want to see, or how you want to do it, just let me know. But I did, I got the... So now I'll be able to film a lot more stuff and then, you know, fast forward through the parts and just cut out all the nonsense, because it was before with my old computer I couldn't see anything. I mean, all my videos prior were pretty much throw the videos onto the editing software, and then the only first time I watched it was the first time you guys would watch it on YouTube. So I, you know, didn't know if it was good or bad. Barely any editing I could do to it. So just be expecting new videos and hopefully a little bit better quality, if that's what you want to call it. But I am by no means a photographer, videographer, a blogger, a vlogger, a logger. I just work on four-wheelers, and that'd be fun to show what I do. So, well, already I just try to put it into the Ranger, and these bolts, or put them in that way is too long. It's actually hitting the transmission case. So, excuse my smart idea. Not. And on top of the new computer, I got a, for the GoPro here, I got a new case and a microphone for it. So maybe the audio will be better. Some of the videos will actually look better, because right now, I mean, you're just propped up on my vise. So I'm going to be putting it on some actual mounts and, you know, get some good angles and stuff. Just keeping y'all updated. Don't blame me. Alright, so there we got it all installed again, and you can tell right here that the adjustment is all the way out, so I got the whole length of the way to adjust it now, because right now whenever you pull it in, it doesn't go that far and it still doesn't catch. So now I'm going to pull this back to put some preload on there and then see if it will even catch, because I mean they might even be too far gone to where even if it's all the way maxed out, it's still not going to catch, but we're going to get it maxed out. Alright, so it's all back in. That is the final adjustment on there, and the thing works great. I mean, you can rock it back and forth. Everything spins freely. Come up here, you got some tension in there. And then, I mean, you still got your transmission plate, but that is not moving anywhere after this, so job well done for free.